So nice to be here. Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Happy people. Of course, happy tax day, everybody. This is the day when we all release our tax returns to the man who won't release his. Now, tax day is traditionally on the 15th of April, but since that was on a Saturday this year, they gave everyone 3 more days to figure out how their bathroom is a home office. I do a lot of reading in there. I do a lot.
Yeah, a lot of reading.
Do a lot of reading
in there.
A lot
of
of
tweeting, you know.
But on the 15th, thousands of people across the country marched to get Trump to release his taxes. Yeah. Beautiful idea. Lovely idea.
At some point, huh?
But the tax march did not get Trump to release his taxes, much like the women's march did not get Trump to release his women. But nice try. Nice try. But he did release some tweets. I did what was almost an impossible thing to do for a Republican, easily won the Electoral College. Now tax returns are brought up again. Okay, I know you won, but you know those things aren't related, right? Hey, I just won a spelling bee. Why are you looking in my crawl space? And... That's right. And Trump demanded to know who was really behind the tax marches. Someone should look into who paid for the small, organized rallies yesterday. The election is over. Yes, who paid for the rallies? I mean, they were authentic and drew people of all ages, so we know it wasn't Pepsi. And delicious. I could go. It's a delicious product, though. It's a delicious product. Please buy it. And are they a sponsor? Are they a sponsor? Sure, why not? And yesterday, during Sean Spicer's daily spicing, the question of Trump's taxes came up again.
Is it time just to say once and for all the president is never going to release his tax returns?
We'll have to get back to you on that.
If you want, I mean, really?
Really?
So he may.
No, I said I'd have to get back to you on that.
So you can't even say if he'll ever release his taxes, no matter what happens? How about this scenario? Aliens take over the earth, enslave mankind, and their one weakness, the one way to destroy them and free humanity, is that they are easily susceptible to 2000 to 2007 itemized tax returns from Donald J. Trump. Would he release his tax returns then?
I said I'd have to get back to you on that.
Okay, that's consistent. He's consistent. Of course, who has time to worry about taxes when we're about to go to war with North Korea? But never fear. The White House sent Mike Pence to the DMZ. Because the situation is so serious, he wore his Top Gun Halloween costume. The danger zone! The danger zone! I would like to see... I wouldn't mind.
What a volleyball.
I would like to see Mike Pence play shirtless volleyball in blue jeans.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Obviously, if his wife was there. And
Tom Cruise energy.
Pence has got his work cut out for him because yesterday a North Korean UN representative warned thermonuclear war may break out at any moment. Now, this show pre-tapes. So if you're watching this at home right now, we made it to 11:41. I'm going to call 11:41. And this time, it isn't North Korea with an erratic, trigger-happy leader. According to one Russian official, Trump is more impulsive and unpredictable than Kim Jong-un. Well then, Russia, you should have thought of that before you elected him. Our president... What? It's just fun. I forgot to put the thing up. I forgot to put the... I'm sure CBS won't mind. Now, luckily, our president had some reassuring words this morning on the Fox and the Friends.
The vice president is in Asia doing the four-stop tour, and he said basically the U.S. is running out of patience. Clearly a message to North Korea. You have a Navy fleet that is sent into the Sea of Japan right now. Have you ruled out a military strike?
I don't want to telegraph what I'm doing or what I'm thinking.
Okay, but can you at least confirm that you are thinking and that you're familiar with more current technology than a telegraph? No matter what Trump was asked in this interview, they taped it Monday but showed it this morning. No matter what Ainsley asked him, Trump never gave a straight answer.
Did we sabotage the North Korea strike?
I don't want to comment on it.
Okay, what happens if North Korea launches another missile?
We'll find out.
All right.
All right, have a good war. Now here's a word from our sponsor, Everblast Subterranean Leadline Bunkers. Everyone else is dead. They're still working on their motto. They're still working on their motto. Also, are they a sponsor for us? Are they a sponsor for us? No, because I'd love to be in my blast shelter with some Pepsi. It would be fantastic. Also, I noticed something odd about how Trump refers to North Korea's leader.
But, you know, they've been talking with this gentleman for a long time. They've all been outplayed by this gentleman.
I don't think Trump knows Kim Jong-un's name. I don't, that's this gentleman? This gentleman? Are they going to a strip club together? Why does he keep calling him this gentleman?
Yeah.
Either that or the best nickname he can come up with is this gentleman. And Mr. President, you're known for your nicknames. You're Lion Ted, you're Crooked Hillary. And this guy is a name bonanza. There's so many you could try. What about Shiitake Mushroom Hair or the Deer Eater or Chairman Cow or the Dictator Tot or El Presidumpty or the Glorious People's Repiglet? Anything at all for this. It looks fantastic. Now, we know Trump never backs down from a fight as long as someone else is doing the fighting. Just listen to one of his rallies last year when some protesters interrupted his speech.
All right, get him out, get him out, get him out. Oh, look who we have here, some wonderful people. Aw. Get out of here, get out, get out. Unbelievable. USA, USA, USA.
USA, USA. That guy's in charge of the USA. Now, that was in Louisville last year, and Trump supporters provided all the slugging. And now those protesters are suing Donald Trump for inciting violence at his rallies, which is kind of like suing Olive Garden for inciting breadsticks. But the president has a simple counter-argument. Suck it, because the presidency, he says, makes him immune to lawsuits. Oh, immune to lawsuits. I finally know why he ran for president. Mr. Trump, as your lawyer, I should advise you, you have over 70 pending lawsuits against you. Okay, I got an idea. Give me that hat. Now, one white nationalist who's being sued by protesters, Matthew Heimbach, claims that Trump should have to pay any damages, not Heimbach, because Heimbach, quote, acted pursuant to the directives and requests of Donald J. Trump. So, to sum up, a white supremacist roughs up a protester. Protester sues the white supremacist. And instead of blaming minorities, the white supremacist blames his problems on a powerful white guy. Progress. Baby steps. Baby steps, but we're there.
Get the slow clap for that.
Makes you feel somewhere in here. Now, Trump is scheduled to make a state visit to Great Britain this year, and not everyone in Old England is feeling jolly about it. A petition to cancel the visit was signed by 1.8 million people. 1.8. Wow, 1.8 million. That's a huge number. I mean, that's like a fake inauguration crowd number. And he doesn't want just any arrival when he gets there. Trump wants a gold-plated carriage ride with the Queen. I don't know why. Either he wants the gold-plated carriage ride with the Queen to make him feel so important, or, oh no, Your Majesty, if you hear the sound of Tic Tacs, just open the door and roll out. Just get away. And I'm telling her to get away from him. You understand that I'm the good guy in this scenario. You understand? I'm being helpful in the thing I just made up. And thank you. And the golden carriage is just one of Trump's flashy demands. We actually got our hands on the letter that Trump sent over to Buckingham Palace with the rest of his wishes. It's the actual letter because it's got the presidential seal right there, and you can't fake that. Legally, I think I could go to jail.
Yeah. That's it.
They could send me to Azkaban for doing that. I think, I don't know where they did in England, what they do with that. All right, okay, here we go. Jimmy, here we go. Dear Queen, while I'm in Great England, tremendous Britain, the I demand to do the following things: pull a sword from a rock, kiss a sleeping woman, deport Paddington Bear, decapitate the ex-wife of my choosing, mind the gap, have a slice of shepherd's pie, if that's a sex thing, invade Narnia, and kill Harry Potter. Sincerely, Donnie. But, it's all funny till we killed Harry Potter. But, some people are enjoying the Trump administration, and it just doesn't mean the founding fathers who get to have fun spinning around in their graves. Whee! No, I'm talking about our old friends, the Obamas. This week, Barack and Michelle Obama were in Polynesia, and someone managed to get us this shot of Barack taking a vacation picture of Michelle, posing for a picture on a yacht. Wow. Michelle decided to plagiarize Melania for once. Can we get that back up again? Let's get a closer look. He's taking a picture with an iPad. Dad, come on. You know, this is worse than when Uncle Joe made everyone look at his leaning tower of penis. And we miss you, sir. We miss you. And the Obamas weren't even the most powerful people on the boat, because joining them on the super yacht were Oprah, as well as Tom Hanks and Bruce Springsteen. That is nearly all of America's strategic likability reserve. I just pray to God they put Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a secure location. We've got a great show for you tonight.